Investing and saving was not something I was taught growing up or something that was modeled before me with my parents or grandparents. But I've learned since September of 2019, along with my husband, that if we don't save money and if we don't put a budget in place, we will not have enough for our future or even for our children. So, I am going to share with you today my journey through M1 Finance. I started back in May of 2020, and before then, we were just budgeting, we were just saving, and I was paying down my student loan debt. But after a while, I started to learn that even though savings is good and having an emergency fund is good, it's also very important to invest for your long term growth, for your retirement, and even for your children. So, as our family grew, we started to invest more and more, and our family is growing yet again, and we really need to include our children in this. But today's video is just going to be me walking through my M1 Finance portfolio. This is a taxable brokerage. Now, I've promoted M1 Finance before only because I'm using it myself, and I included that in my Invest With Me series that will be linked somewhere up here. So you can check that series out if you're interested in following the journey from the very beginning. And a lot of what was contributed to this portfolio in M1 Finance was from referrals. So I want to say thank you again to everyone who saw value in the content I was providing and saw value in M1 Finance as a taxable brokerage platform. When you signed up, you got believe it was $50 bonus, and I also got a $50 bonus. So that means we were able to grow this platform or grow this brokerage account more passively. Now, in the past, I want to say year and a half, we have not been actively contributing to M1 Finance, but now that we're going into 2024, I want to start contributing to that again and make it automatic, since we have a growing family and we have our oldest son nearly college age. We want to start revving up how much we are investing there because we know that the years are just going by. So I'm going to walk through the platform on my phone while I drink my water because I have to keep my water intake up. If you don't know, I am pregnant, which is why I said our family is growing. And so when you see this video, um, I'm going to be much more closer to my due date. But anyway, we are going to start recording my screen so I can share with you what's happening or what's been happening with M1 Finance. So as of today, we have $1,452 there in the platform. And if you see kind of at the bottom, our buying power is $11.19. Now I have auto invest turned on, so they should invest any cash over $25 for me. Now I have not contributed any money to M1 Finance. This $11.19 is just from dividends from the certain stocks and index funds that I own in this platform. So that's also a good thing. One thing about M1 Finance that differs from Robinhood is that Robinhood will automatically invest each dividend for you. Even if it's 2 cents, 1 cent, 20 cents, a dollar, they will automatically invest it. But M1 Finance does not automatically invest any cash, even if it comes from dividends, until it's at least $25. So that's not too bad for me. But I finally turned the auto invest on. And again, soon, hopefully, I'm thinking, even though I would like it to be sooner, I'm thinking we may not be able to start sending money regularly to M1 Finance until the second quarter of 2024 because we're going to focus on Robinhood, building up savings for the baby girl because we don't have anything for her yet, obviously, because she's not here yet, and contributing to the 529s for our three boys. So I'm going to go through, I was going to go through the dividends first. And I want to start where show you where I started in May of 2020. I deposited my first $100 here, and I made 5 purchases for $97.29. I bought Microsoft. I bought into VTI, VB, which is Vanguard Small Cap ETF, VAW, which is Vanguard Materials ETF, and Apple for $1.58. I love Microsoft. My first purchase of Microsoft was in Robinhood, and that's how I started there. If you didn't see that video, I'll link it up here. I think that was like Vlogmas day 5 or 6, 5 or 6, I think. So I started with that, and now we're looking at the dividends. And I want to go back to, let's start with September and just see how much we've earned so far. Get my calculator if I can find it. There we go. So September 1st, we earned 1 cent from Kroger. September 6th, we earned 6 cents from Visa. On the 8th, we earned 1 cent from Moody's Corp. 26 cents earned from Chevron on the 11th of September. 8 cents from Microsoft. 3 cents from Stag. 5 cents from Qualcomm. 122 from VTI. 35 cents from Vanguard Small Cap ETF. 12 cents from Bank of America. I don't use Bank of America, but I do invest in them via this, what do you call, pie that M1 Finance professionals created for me. So some of this I picked on my own, and some of it was managed by M1 Finance themselves. Then we have, I said 7 cents. Yes, from Kraft Heinz, KHC. We have 9 cents from PEG. I actually am a consumer of PEG because they provide our electricity. 42 cents from Coca-Cola. I don't drink it, but a lot of people do. 18 cents. Okay, now we're into October. 18 cents from VFH, Vanguard Financials ETF. ETFs are amazing to me, especially Vanguard. This is not investment advice. I'm just sharing what we invest in. Then we have 39 cents from VOX, and then 98 cents from VOO. 1 cent from HPQ, 11 cents from MRK, 356 was cash. So I can't count that. So I'm not going to count the 356 because that's not a dividend. 3 cents from OXY, and then Stag again on October 16th for 3 cents. American Express for 4 cents in November. 3 cents from Stag. It looks like Stag pays every month. I didn't know that. I have to pay attention to this platform more seriously. I have to focus on it. Okay, 2 cents from Citigroup, 7 cents from Visa, and 1 cent from Kroger, which is $5.43. And I don't know if you'll see it if it's backwards or forward, but $5.43 from September 1st until December 1st. That's not bad to me. I think that's pretty awesome as passive income. I didn't have to do anything. I haven't even looked at this until right now when I'm recording this video for you guys. So I didn't even do my intro. Hey, legacy builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. If you are new here, thank you so much. My name is Tasha. I'm a married woman of 4 children. One of them is still baking in the oven, but she'll be here soon. And we are on a journey towards financial freedom. And we talk mostly about budgeting on this channel, but a lot of our budgeting is geared towards building that financial freedom, and not just for us but for our grandchildren. So through our children also, we're trying to build up enough so that they don't have to struggle in their 30s with money and savings and living paycheck to paycheck like me and my husband did. So back to the video. I'm going to go back to my portfolio and take a quick look. I feel like I need to clean this up a little bit because for me, I'm a bit overwhelmed seeing all the individual stocks, and they're not in an actual pie. So, and I'll show you what I mean. Well, I have one pie. It's called 3 months bills. I want to build this specific portion of my portfolio to 3 months worth of our regular bills, including our rent, which is about $2,000 rounded up. So in this 3 months bills portion, this pie here, we have investments via Berkshire Hathaway, VTI, Microsoft, Liberty Media Corp. Is it Corp or Core? And then LLYVK. This is one that M1 Finance chose for me. I don't even know what this is. That just goes to show you that you can invest even passively if you trust the platform that you're using, if you trust their financial advisors to choose some of your investments for you. for long-term growth. And you can choose the level, whether you're investing for aggressively, or if you're trying to be very modest, maybe you don't want to be too aggressive, you can split it up. So whatever this is, the average share price is $35. I don't even have a full share, I have a fraction of a share. But this is all included in this pie here. And I like this because I can see it's separate from the main pie right here. This is 14. We went up a little bit, 14.53, but this pie here has $403. I want to get this part to $2,000 at least. And then we have, oh, let me show you. I'm moving a little too fast, I think. And M1 Finance, they show you your growth from, I guess you can choose from the last day, the last week, shows you how your portfolio has been performing. If I do it for the last year, we've gained $45.85. If you see, like, right, I can't show you by pointing to my phone, but $45.85 is how much we've gained. Total gain $52.68, because we've earned $6.83 in dividends. $8.98 from Berkshire Hathaway, $4.43 from VTI, and 67 cents from Microsoft, which is, to me, is really, really awesome. So the market, of course, for the last year has been going up and down and up and down. It has some highs, it has some lows, but we are investing for the long term. So we don't get scared when it's in a low time, because it goes back up. And as you can see, even with the growth of these specific stocks and ETFs, even the total market, stock market, has gone down tremendously. There's been some dips, there's been some drownings. That's my own word I made up. But we get paid dividends on top of the growth that we're seeing with these assets. So to me, that's a win-win. Okay, and then I have a bunch of individual Vanguard ETFs, and then I have some individual stocks. I invest in things that I actually use, and I invest in things that I feel are very popular or will give me that aggressive growth that I'm looking for the long term, as well as dividends. So, and then we have popular things like Apple. I don't own any Apple products right now. I have in the past. I still have old iPhones and things that I've used, but I've been an Android girl for a while now, and I love it. I absolutely like my Samsung and my Android phones. But Apple is a very strong company, I believe. So that's why I invest in it. And then we have different investments in single stocks that, again, you'd have to do your own research, because I'm not qualified to give you investment advice. I'm just sharing my own journey. So starting at the bottom, we have Unity Software Inc., we have Microsoft, we have Occidental Petroleum. If you use any type of what do you call that, the gas, you know, you're buying what you need to use, but then you can also invest in the asset too, so you can own a portion of the company. Qualcomm, you may have seen that if you watched my last video with my Robinhood investment update. We have some of that owned in Robinhood also. PEG, again, they provide our electricity, so if I'm paying them every month, I might as well get them to pay me back a little bit too by owning a portion of the company. And we have less than a half a share right now, so I still have to do work to get this up. Stag Industrial, MRK, which was offered, or not offered, but what's the word I'm thinking of? I guess you could say offered. And One Finance said, "Hey, this is a good stock to invest in. This is a good company." So I said, "Okay, let's do it." If um, Berkshire Hathaway has a portion of this in their portfolio, I'll take it too. That's basically my reasoning behind it. So again, don't take this as financial advice. Do your own research, but these are things that I've done. Snap Inc., because I know that's a really big thing, especially for the younger generation, which I will have to say is like just above my oldest son's age up until like 21. Those people, I guess they love Snap. I don't like Snap, but whatever. Snapchat, I think it is. Snapchat is owned by Snap Inc. Then we have Apple. We have half a share here. in via M1 Finance. Vanguard Financials ETF. I love ETFs. I love index funds. I love Vanguard, period. So we have a third of a share there. Visa, because I have some Visa cards too, and we have less than a half a share there. We have National Grid. National Grid, if you watch my Budget With Me videos, that is our gas heat provider. So again, a consumer and also an owner. So I'm a part owner of the company as well. Vanguard Small Cap ETF. This one I shared with you. We're almost at a half a share. Vanguard Communication Services ETF. I believe this one I purchased when I was actively doing the $1 a day investment with Shalise over at Mommy Trader. So if you haven't, again, if you check out my Invest With Me series, you'll see me talking about that $1 a day investing. I think the last time I participated in that, which she's still doing like consistently. I think I participated last year and I didn't start anything this year. But this is one that was the pick of the month or the pick of the week, and that's the one I purchased. We have a little more than a share there. Vanguard Materials ETF. Again, I love Vanguard. We have VTI. If you have been watching more investing videos, you probably would have heard of VTI. Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. It's like buying the whole market in one ETF, and they pay dividends, and it's really good. We have 1.5 shares via M1 Finance. VOO, another ETF. It tracks the S&P 500, and that's everything for the individual stocks and ETFs that we own. And we went down again, but if you see, we're in the green. We're up $195. So that is it for this. I wanted you to see that, and I think I can even share or show you dividends. I don't not just dividends, but how I think M1 Finance will show um, potential income just from dividends alone. Okay, I can show you earned dividends. So my total gain $195. Market gain 171, which means we earned $23.88 in dividends from where? Wait, where did I go? It says 23.88 here, but when I tap view, it says total earned dividends $44.88. And this is a definition of earned dividend. Dividends are considered earned when you purchase a security prior to the X dividend date. They pay on a certain date each month or each quarter. When the dividends are transferred to your account, they will become paid and be visible on the activity page. I'm not sure. Okay, maybe M1 Finance doesn't do it. I'll need to come back and study this again to see where they would show you income potential. But right here you can see my 3 months bills pie, $14.08 in dividends. VAW 573, VOO same thing. National Grid paid 545 in dividends. VTI, and this is from May of 2020 till December 8th of 2023. Vanguard Small Cap ETF was $3.30. VOX 185. See, I'm getting paid for being an owner and a consumer. Well, no, not being a consumer, but being an owner of these securities, aka assets, things that increase your income without me having to do anything else. It's just continuing to grow. So I think that's awesome. What do you think? I want to show you um, how much we have. I want to give you a visual basically. So I have my what I call my blessings binder here, and inside I have three of our taxable brokerages, and I have prop cash in there to show the value at the current date of what's in there. So I'm excited to just update that as well, so we can go into the new year with a kind of a clean slate and we know where we are. I wish I could show you that, but I guess it's not going to do it. I'm still trying to find out where to see the income potential, but that's fine. We're going to stop recording. If I can figure it out how to stop recording. There we go. So that is it for today's video. Again, I really hope you are enjoying Vlogmas. And if you're not, because I did put out a poll recently and I don't know if it's one or two people said no, maybe that's just because you wanted to see who was saying yes. I don't know, but I'm trying my best to make sure I give you value here and inspiration here and motivation here, because that's my heart for people to be motivated to not stay stuck where you are. Again, like I said in the very beginning, in 2019, we were stuck on broke. We had about $30 in our savings account and we had no idea how we were going to pay the rent for the next month with a new baby that was on the way and me going back to work from maternity leave and my husband transitioning from one job to the next. So we were in a very tight and pressed against the wall moment. That moment where you're so deep in a hole, you have to look up to see the bottom. Like that's where we were. And we had a family member graciously send us some money. And from there, I said, you know what? We're going to hit our minimum balance requirement in our savings account. And then from here, we're going to start budgeting. And from that moment on, from September of 2019 until the following year, even after the pandemic and everything shut down, we were able to create a very stable budget. I mean, it's changed a lot over the last couple of years, but we built a stable budget. I did it consistently every single time we got paid. We built up our savings with just $5 automatic transfers every single week. And we paid off student loan debt. So we were debt free since 2021, I believe. We started investing in 2020. We started investing more heavily in 2021. I started my IRA a couple years ago, and those things are starting to build, and we have seen God's grace rest on our finances and he gave us wisdom to not only continue to give through the hard times, but even with job loss for me and all the different changes of life, we have still kept going. We even now we're a week ahead of income. So even if me or my husband gets paid a week before, we don't need that money that week. We'll use it for the next week because we're ahead. And God has been so gracious, and we are using this platform to hopefully inspire you and who are watching to don't give up on your journey. Even if you feel like you're in a tight space right now and you can't save as much, whatever you can save is important, and make sure you can set it up automatically. And then when you start investing, because one day you're not going to be able to work, or you may not want to work, you may actually want to enjoy your older years, your golden years. So if you start investing for the long term now, you could potentially have, if not a million, maybe more, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars to rely on in your retirement, instead of relying on social, focusing or hoping for or relying on Social Security. So hopefully through this very transparent, information, you'll get some inspiration from it. And I thank you so much for being here. Remember to mind your money, you guys, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. Bye for now. Okay, so really quickly, we have Robinhood we updated already. TD Ameritrade is now Schwab. I'll probably go through that next year when I do my Q1 of 2024 portfolio update. But M1 Finance had 1447 the last time we checked in, and today we saw it at about 1482. So I'm going to take my blue marker, which I can't find. So we take 1,447 minus 1,482, we get $35. And that's basically with the ups and downs of the market, but we did receive quite a few dividends. So that's always a good thing. And I'm going to take out, this is 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 450, and 452. So $1,452 is what we now have in this M1 Finance portfolio that we started with $100. You saw it on the screen. I shared it with you. We started with $100. We made 5 purchases that day, and now we're at $14.82 when we haven't really contributed anything for the past year and a half, just dividends alone. So I think that's a good thing, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Bye for now.